Okay, I'm going to try to do a videotape of me cutting my barrel. I'm going to eventually install this. It's a Yankee Hill machine, flash suppressor, hider, whatever you want to call it. I think the threads are 14 by 1 millimeter, and it is the AK version. It's pretty nice unit. Constructed pretty heavy. I mean, it's not light, but you can kind of see the flutes. They go off in a different direction. Imagine that's for the purpose of diffusing the gases. I'm not sure. You can kind of see the hole. I measured, and the thread depth is about 9/16 of an inch. So I'm not going to cut my barrel down to 16 1/8 like most people do. I'm just cutting it down just under 3 inches so I can put this back on and still have about the same length, look of barrel. If you look at my SKS, you got this little ridge right here, this little step. This here is for the pin for the front sight block. What I want to do is just enough. I want to bottom this flash suppressor out on that step. So I just want to leave just enough threads to where just as soon as it's tightening up, it's going to bottom out on that step and call it good. And I only lack, I don't know, 3/16 of an inch. No big deal, but I don't want this added to that. Just make a longer barrel, and I just rather cut it down. I'm kind of doing a spur of the moment video with my iPhone, so I figured at least try to film this situation. I doubt it's going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway, so bear with me. So anyway, I'm going to put my Chinese-made tubing cutter on and see how it works. I was thinking about a hacksaw, but at the same time, not knowing how square I can get it with a hacksaw, I can take it to my welding shop and cut it off with a chop saw, but those aren't very. I want it straight. I want it to be square. So when I take the reamer to it, or the crowner, I don't have to worry about it being unsquare. So I figured the tubing cutter would be the best bet. I figured it might take me some time to do it, but I'd rather be square and true than not square and true and be quick. So I'm going to give it a shot. Most people use the hacksaw, and kudos for them, but I'm going to do this. I've never used this but once, I think, and so it ought to be pretty sharp. Like I said, it's Chinese made. I don't even know where I got it, but I'll give her a shot. And just so you guys can see, let me just go close up. I've got the Sgworks Bullpup stock. That's the, of course, I got the Magpul flip-ups for right now. I bought them. Those are the cheesy little airsoft ones. I bought them just so I could put a sight on it real quick because I'm eventually going to upgrade. I didn't see no point in spending the money for, the good ones when I was just going to get rid of them anyway. So I bought the cheesy ones for now. And then eventually got this just here last week or so. Put it on, sighted in over the weekend. So it's running pretty good. Everything co-witness is great. That's the medium riser from UTG, and it works great with these Magpuls. And then a little hand grip, forward angle grip, or whatever it's called. I forgot who made it. Strike Force or something like that. Hold on a second. Strike Industries. And it's not too bad because I can keep my hand here, but I really feel comfortable with my hand right in this situation there when I'm holding it. And that's pretty much it. Other than I just busted off the front sight block, and I know a lot of guys have issues with it. Mine, I just took my punch to the pins. They came right out, and you guys don't be scared when it comes to that front sight block. I just took a ball peen hammer. I don't know how heavy it was. It's what I used for my automotive to beat off rotors and stuff, so it's pretty heavy. And I just beat the living snot. I mean, I put the barrel down on some carpet, and I chapped it real good with my ball ping on the bayonet lug, and it started sliding right off. And I didn't use any penetrating spray or anything, so don't be scared to give her a whooping. I mean, they're on there for good, so you really got to give her hell to get it off. So but this is how she is right now. Eventually going to paint it. I got their little sling attachment thing. Doesn't seem too bad. I may try to figure something out later for that, but for now this works. It's a good, fun little gun to shoot. I like it. It's giving me a whole. I mean, actually, I bought the stock. I bought the SKS just because I found out they were making these stocks, and I fell in love with it when I first seen it. It's like, wow. Of course, you know, I know people had issues with them when they first came out, so I missed all that fun and jazz. But mine went on pretty good. I mean, mine are fitting with the wood block that's behind here. Other than that, I mean, she fit on there great. I had some issues with the trigger, trying to get that linkage all situated, but once you figure it out, it's not really hard. Most guys try. I went for tightening it up, and I figured out the looser is the better, kind of. So I think I went 5 turns out on that deal, and works great. I did my own trigger job on it. I get this thing. I did the bolt mod. I don't know if you can see that, but I shaved it down myself with a grinder. Like I said, you guys, don't be scared to mess around with these things. I mean, these guns are almost indestructible. I mean, that wasn't but 10 minutes to cut that down with a grinder on that bolt. Took care of that. Watched a few videos on YouTube for SKS trigger jobs, and kind of just did slowly on that, and took a lot of the creep out of that. I doubt you can. Of course, it's probably. Let's see. So you got, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch of movement there. Just a little creep, and then boom. I mean, she could probably use a little bit more work, but so far so good. And then I got the extended mag release. I want to eventually get the SKS mag adapter put on her. I'm waiting for the new one to come out. I'd really like to put my money into it instead of a Gen 5, but I don't know if I'll be able to wait that long. I know I'll wait for them to come out with it, so I might just go ahead and pull the trigger on a number 5 and just live with it, because it's a pretty good deal. But anyway, I'm going to turn this off and reposition it and have you guys watch me cut my barrel down. Very fun.